Hi there, and welcome to Juicy Celeb Talks. Joy Behar's unexpected and dramatic departure from The View has ignited a firestorm of speculation, with many wondering if a lawsuit filed by Caroline Leavitt played a role in her exit. Behar, a longtime co-host known for her outspoken and often controversial opinions, has weathered numerous media storms over the years. However, this time, the backlash reached unprecedented levels. Fans and critics alike are questioning whether legal challenges ultimately forced a BC to make a difficult decision, leading to Behar's abrupt removal from the iconic talk show that turned her into a household name. The controversy began during a heated discussion on The View when Behar made a remark about Caroline Leavitt, Donald Trump's press secretary, that many deemed offensive and inappropriate. Behar suggested that Leavitt was hired not for her professional experience or qualifications, but because, in Trump's opinion, she was a 10. This comment, which reduced a professional woman to merely her physical appearance, sparked immediate outrage. Audience members gasped. Her co-hosts exchanged awkward glances, and social media erupted with criticism from across the political spectrum. The backlash was swift and severe, even among Behar's long-standing supporters, many of whom struggled to defend her remarks. The situation was particularly ironic given Behar's history of championing feminism and women's empowerment. Over the years, she has positioned herself as a vocal advocate for strong, capable women. Yet with one poorly chosen statement, she undermined the very principles she has long stood for. Initially, Behar dismissed the criticism, brushing it off as yet another overreaction to her humor. However, it quickly became clear that this controversy was different. What started as a typical on-air debate spiraled into a full-blown scandal. A BC executives soon found themselves under immense pressure as the situation escalated. Then came the unexpected twist. Caroline Leavitt announced her intent to take legal action against Behar. Instead of issuing a simple statement condemning Behar's remarks, Leavitt filed a lawsuit accusing her of defamation and character assassination. The legal complaint alleged that Behar's comments were not only harmful but entirely false, suggesting they were made with malicious intent to tarnish Leavitt's reputation in the public eye. The lawsuit rapidly gained media attention, turning it into a high-profile legal battle that threatened to damage a BC's reputation. Legal experts debated whether Behar's comments constituted defamation and whether a BC could be held accountable for airing them. Some speculated that the network might be forced to issue a public apology, while others believed Behar's time on The View was nearing its end. Behind the scenes, a BC executives reportedly held emergency meetings to determine their next step. The network faced a critical decision: protect their longtime host or prioritize the future of the show. Staff members at The View were reportedly divided, with some standing by Behar and others acknowledging that the situation had become untenable. As the legal case gained momentum, it became increasingly apparent that Behar's position on The View was no longer secure. The network, already in damage control mode, faced mounting pressure to act. Despite the escalating backlash, Behar remained defiant, refusing to issue a formal apology. She attempted to downplay the controversy, but the situation continued to spiral. In a surprising turn of events, a BC officially announced Behar's departure from The View. The news sent shockwaves through the media industry, leaving many to speculate whether she was fired or chose to step down on her own terms. The timing of the announcement, coming so soon after the lawsuit was filed, led many to believe that a BC had made the decision for her. The network's official statement was notably vague, simply stating that Behar had decided to step away and wishing her well. The public reaction to Behar's exit was mixed. Some celebrated her departure, arguing that she was finally being held accountable for her controversial statements. Others, however, were outraged, accusing a BC of caving to political pressure. Conservative commentators viewed the situation as a victory against media bias, while some liberals expressed disappointment that one of the show's most outspoken voices had been ousted. The debate over Behar's departure quickly became as heated as the controversy that led to it. Her exit leaves a significant void on The View, and a BC faces the daunting task of finding a replacement who can fill her shoes. The network must also address the ongoing lawsuit, as Behar's departure does not absolve them of potential legal liability. Some observers speculate that this controversy could mark the beginning of broader changes at The View, as executives work to shift the show's tone in response to mounting criticism of bias and unprofessionalism. One thing is certain, this saga is far from over. Whether Behar was pushed out or chose to leave on her own, her departure marks the end of an era for The View. With a lawsuit still pending, the fallout is only just beginning. Will a BC settle with Leavitt, or will the case go to trial? Will Behar fight back, or will she quietly fade from the spotlight? And, most importantly, can The View recover from this controversy, or is this the beginning of its downfall? As the story continues to unfold, it has become one of the most shocking moments in daytime television history. Behar, who has been a defining voice on The View for years, now faces an uncertain future, while a BC scrambles to repair the damage. The show has survived scandals in the past, but this one feels different. With public trust in mainstream media already at an all-time low, The View may never fully recover from this latest controversy. Joy Behar's sudden and dramatic departure from The View has sparked widespread speculation and heated debate. Many wonder if a lawsuit filed by Caroline Leavitt played a pivotal role in the surprising exit. Behar, a longtime co-host known for her bold and often polarizing opinions, has weathered countless controversies over the years. Yet this particular incident escalated beyond anything seen before, raising questions about whether legal issues finally forced a BC's hand. The controversy started during an intense discussion on The View, where Behar made a remark about Leavitt, a former press secretary for Donald Trump. Behar suggested that Leavitt had not been hired for her experience or professional credentials, but solely because, in Trump's eyes, she was a 10. The remark, which many perceived as reducing a capable professional woman to her looks, immediately ignited outrage. Audience members audibly gasped. Behar's co-hosts exchanged uneasy glances, and social media exploded with condemnation from all corners of the political landscape. What made the backlash especially damaging was Behar's long-standing advocacy for feminism and women's empowerment. Over the years, she had built a reputation as a vocal supporter of strong, independent women. With one ill-considered comment, however, she seemed to undermine the very values she had championed. The irony wasn't lost on viewers, many of whom expressed disappointment in Behar's remarks. Initially, Behar dismissed the criticism, claiming it was just another instance of people overreacting to her humor. But as the controversy grew, it became evident that this situation was different. What began as a typical on-air debate quickly snowballed into a full-blown scandal, with a BC executive scrambling to manage the fallout. Caroline Leavitt's response escalated the situation even further. Rather than simply issuing a statement condemning Behar's remarks, Leavitt filed a defamation lawsuit. The legal complaint alleged that Behar's comments were not only false but made with malicious intent to damage her reputation. The lawsuit quickly became a major news story, placing a BC at the center of an unexpected legal battle with the potential to severely harm its reputation. Legal experts weighed in on the situation, debating whether Behar's remarks could legally be considered defamatory and whether a BC bore any responsibility for airing them. Some suggested that the network might need to issue a formal apology, while others speculated that Behar's tenure on The View was nearing its end. Behind the scenes, tensions ran high. A BC executives reportedly convened emergency meetings to discuss their options, which included suspending Behar, forcing her to issue a public apology, or severing ties with her altogether. Staff members at The View were reportedly divided on the issue, with some standing by Behar while others acknowledged that the situation had become unsustainable. Despite mounting pressure, Behar remained defiant. She refused to issue a formal apology and attempted to downplay the controversy. However, as days passed and the lawsuit gained traction, it became increasingly clear that her position on The View was in jeopardy. In a shocking turn of events, a BC officially announced Behar's departure from the show. The announcement sent shockwaves through the media industry, with many speculating whether she had been fired or had chosen to step down voluntarily. The timing of the announcement, coming so soon after the lawsuit was filed, led many to believe that a BC had made the decision for her. The network's official statement was notably vague, simply stating that Behar had decided to step away and wishing her well. Public reaction to Behar's exit was divided. Some celebrated her departure, arguing that she was finally being held accountable for her controversial statements. Others were outraged, accusing a BC of caving to political pressure. Conservative commentators hailed the decision as a victory against media bias, while some liberals lamented the loss of one of the show's most outspoken voices. The debate over Behar's departure quickly became as heated as the controversy that led to it. Her absence leaves a significant void on The View, and a BC faces the daunting task of finding a replacement who can fill her shoes. Additionally, the network must address the ongoing lawsuit, as Behar's exit does not absolve them of potential legal liability. Some observers speculate that this controversy could mark the beginning of broader changes at The View, as executives work to shift the show's tone in response to mounting criticism of bias and unprofessionalism. That one thing is certain, this saga is far from over. Whether Behar was forced out or chose to leave on her own, her departure marks the end of an era for The View. With the lawsuit still pending, the fallout is only just beginning. Will a BC settle with Leavitt, or will the case go to trial? Will Behar fight back, or will she quietly fade from the spotlight? And most importantly, can The View recover from this controversy, or is this the beginning of its decline? As this story continues to unfold, it stands as one of the most shocking moments in daytime television history. Behar, who had been a defining voice on The View for years, now faces an uncertain future, while a BC scrambles to repair the damage. The show has survived scandals before, but this one feels different. With public trust in mainstream media already at an all-time low, The View may never fully recover from this latest controversy. What do you think? Was Joy Behar's exit justified, or was she unfairly pushed out? Will The View ever be the same without her, or is this the beginning of its end? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates on this unfolding drama. This is only the beginning. Stay tuned for the next explosive chapter in this ongoing scandal.